This is a How Is He podcast with Podge and Poppa, proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Power up your podcast. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 60 of the How Is He podcast, joined as always by my co-host, Podge Poppa here in the Ampifi Studio, right in the heart of Carlow town. Poppa, just two of us tonight.
Yeah.
We do have a little bit to get through and catch up on. In this episode we have recent results, upcoming fixtures, the awards announcement, Podge versus Poppa final result, Footgolf Irish Open.
Yeah.
And we might even mention your outstanding performance in the practice round last Wednesday in Kilkenny. What's the story, Pop? Where we start?
So let's go into the results.
Okay, let's go into the results. Let's speak about two Leinster final games in the county. Ladies, Millward bet 2-0.
Terranure.
2 weeks ago, yeah. And then let's talk about the Newark and Evergreen game.
Yeah. What
do you think?
I seen it in snippets, basically, in trying to watch it on a phone in Spain. Newark, will he be disappointed? Of course, disappointed to lose the Leinster final, but could they perform better? I think they could. Is it a testament to how Evergreen snuffed them out? But talking to people that was at the game, if any team deserved to win it, it was Evergreen.
Yeah.
That's what I was told. I said I only seen it in bits. It was, the form was freezing, whatever it was. But look at, it was a great performance by Evergreen. Newark got going for 15 or 20 minutes in the second half, I believe. And I believe the centre forward for Evergreen caused havoc. Andy Wall, was it?
Yes. And Mikey.
And Mikey, yeah.
Mikey was a handful.
Sure, he always is, isn't he? It's disappointing. I believe the crowd was fantastic at it.
Yeah.
The venue was spectacular in the end. In regards to parking, there was loads of room for parking. Well organised shops, whatever it is like that. But look at, you don't get the Leinster finals every single day, and it's very easy to say to be raging to lose it. So someone has to lose it. There's only two teams in it, but could they perform better? I think Newark think they could have. I think there's another gear in that Newark team, and I just couldn't find it. But that happens. That happens in finals. Is it a testament to Evergreen? Like I said, to Evergreen, I think it is, because they obviously did their homework. You know, they did a lot of, I wouldn't say bypass midfield, but it was sort of get the ball quickly to the centre forward, wasn't it?
I would say both teams had pretty much the same game plan. The only I looked at it again today. The only thing I would say with Newark is, especially in the first half, I thought their wingers went very narrow. So the right back for Evergreen, I can't think of the chap's name. He wears the sports goggles. He looked like a superstar. But in fact, the reason he looked like a superstar is because Lee Walker was just caught inside. So if the diags weren't perfect for him in that area, he was never getting them.
Right.
But the one or two times he did catch a man on the outside, burnt him like.
Yeah.
Burnt him, you know, and I just thought...
Lee can do that to you.
I just genuinely thought that Newark... I wanted to let themselves down because they didn't, right? They got there. But they definitely had to be disappointed because they're much better than that.
That's the impression I got.
Like
I was speaking to lads at games, ringing them during the games, and I said, it's just, I can't seem to get going like they normally get going. That kind of way. But they're not playing against an Northern team either.
In saying that, I thought James McGrath was outstanding. I thought Keane Cleary was outstanding. I thought the two wingers, like, they worked super hard, right? Jordan worked so hard. The back four never really looked troubled. I know Evergreen missed a good chance. Craig made a great save. I think Evergreen's goal caught Craig a little bit. I think he thought the ball was going wide.
Yeah.
Probably caught, I'd say he's disappointed with himself, to be honest with you, because a keeper his calibre usually saved them. But at half time they went in 1-0 down, and I don't think Gavin could have got better response out of them for the second half.
Right.
Because for the majority of it they had them pinned. Like, they had them pinned, but it just never looked like scoring.
But Evergreen are comfortable, ain't they?
I don't. What I was looking at, thinking to myself, Poppa, especially second half, I don't know if, I think the Evergreen's manager is Gary Marr. I don't know if Gary had a conversation with them at half time to say, sit in, drop off, and we'll catch them on the break, which they nearly did. So I don't know if that was by design or just by
the way the game was going.
Exactly, or nerves, or was the pressure no Walker putting on or whatever. But Iffy in midfield for Evergreen is a monster.
And
the man that scored the goal was
Delaney marshalled the defence well, didn't he?
Yeah. Here's the best way I can describe it. All Evergreens, the worst Evergreen player was 8 out of 10.
Right.
And the worst Noak player is probably a 6 out of 10.
Which is okay too, isn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It's just not good enough on the day.
Exactly. And I would still stand by the fact that Noak probably will be disappointed and probably are much better than that. And if they're playing this Sunday, it could be a different game.
Sure, of course, that's the way it goes. But I still think there's another big run in that York team.
To keep them together, yeah.
If that's what you look at them, they probably add maybe 1 or 2. I don't know who they'll add. I don't know who could improve that team. That could leave a local club or maybe come from an outside club in.
Yeah.
But look at everybody is saying that if York had a Callum or a proper centre forward, but sure, it's half a dozen to one, isn't it? 6 another, because it's a conversation. They know their system. They have it inside out. The overlapping wingers, the rotation, the 3 in the middle of the field, the 2 centre backs are comfortable with the ball at their feet. Diag, Skinner's brilliant at them. The inside runs from the 2 wingers.
Yeah,
Jordan holds it up great. When he comes into the 10, the 2 wingers are gone in, the 2 centre forwards. So look at they know how to play soccer, right? It's disappointing that they didn't get it done on the day, but I still think there's another big game in that team in regards of.
Well, they went out and won the Premier.
Won the Premier. Yeah.
What was that? 1-0.
1-0. Dean scored. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if a good game tonight, against Vale.
Against Felix.
Felix in Vale. Yeah.
That'll be a cracker. Yeah.
Good game. Yeah. So can they get themselves up? They obviously did after, because some teams would say the pinnacle of their season is to get that Leinster final, and then it's a deflation coming in.
Yeah.
And it's fair play to them for getting a result against Parfield, because they're a monster under there.
Yeah.
They turned them over last year in the Shield, and that would have been in the back of York's head going into this cup final. It's the first time they met them in a cup final since the last time they met them.
And it's
Parfield beat them as well.
It's probably Parfield's strongest 11, I'd say.
In the league as well,
in a long time.
So
I checked it out on the connection.
But they get themselves back up for I know it's a cup final, but still it's not a Leinster cup final. But they get themselves back.
Silverware.
Yeah, they get themselves back up.
The one thing about them is they want to win everything still.
Of course they do.
Regardless.
Yeah, they're winners.
I think it's up for grabs.
And that's the reason I say why I think there's I wouldn't, they won't be saying, jeez, that's our chance. They'll say, lads, we got there, we didn't really perform as good as we can. We can go there on the day and turn over any team. Look, the turnover North End, 2-0, it could have been 4 or 5-0. And North End got bet in the FAI Junior Cup final at the weekend. So they're just so close. Yeah. So close. And to get one, they could go on a run for,
I listened to Gav after it, and I have to say he was, he sounded disappointed and but he was very gracious in defeat, to be fair to him.
It hurt him.
But it definitely hurt him, because he knows that they're better. They were probably better. Not that they didn't give him everything, but on another day, where them lads that are performing at a 6 or a 5 or a 7 or 8 or a 9 to win that game, in my opinion. And
it's no, if you have to say fair play to Evergreen, because when you walk, have you pinned, you're pinned.
Yeah.
It's not like the ball comes back out, and every time you'd win it back, or you think you break up a phase of play, you get the ball back. Your first outlet, within 30 seconds to have it back again. Yeah. And it's a sensible pass. It's not like they don't rush it back into the box. It's a sensible pass. Let's restructure here. Yeah. Bang. Out to the winger, out to the fullback. Yeah. Dotsy, you get it. Skinner, get it. James McGrath, get in the 6, or one of them, get it. And it's just the right pass all the time, and they're patient. So when they have you pinned, they're not like, Hanover have you pinned for 10 minutes or passing. No, it's not kick and rush. It's not like that.
It's but that's the hardest thing to do in football.
Yeah.
Is to pin a team.
Yeah, and they're very, very good at
around without dropping off too deep. And that,
but I did you see the game?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah.
Did the Evergreen goalie make many saves? The one that hit the post and came back off him.
I don't know if he saved that.
Someone thought it hit the post.
Hit the post and came back and hit him and went out for a corner.
Right.
Like, that was fierce on look.
It could have gone back.
That was a great little free kick, because they were expecting Dean to hit. And Jordan hit with the left kind of around the wall.
Right.
Made a couple he's solid, good keeper. Right, but Craig's good. Craig made a great save at 1-0 down in the second half. Probably Evergreen's best move, actually. He only made a great save. The goal, they'd be disappointed over the goal against Footgolf Poppa.
I didn't see it yet.
They should have cleared it. A couple of swipes and snatches, but look, I was very impressed with James McGrath. 2 centre halves. Probably wasn't Keane's best day, I'd say. He'd said it to himself, but still, like, there was none of them rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
If everybody plays well on the day, you're going to win the cup, ain't you? Like, someone has to have a bad day, and like you said, the difference in the game was, like you said, is probably a very, very accurate description. Evergreen's worst is an 8 out of 10, and York's is a 6, and that's just a little smidgen.
Yeah, not in it.
That could switch the next day to play each other this Sunday.
Yeah,
and Keane could have an 8 or 9, and someone like Iffy could have a 6.
Yeah,
and it's The role reversed.
Yeah, but
It's just unlucky.
I don't know if this matters, but it's thought in my mind Evergreen have been there before as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they were so deep. I think there was a little bit of desperation about them in the second half where they just wanted to protect their lead. Do you know what I mean? It was a mental block where they're like, oh, fuck, we want to look here.
Do you think Evergreen kick on from this? They'll go again like it'll be
I think with Evergreen, with the facilities, with the numbers, clearly the quality of coaches they have down there, clearly the quality of committees they have down there, I think Evergreen could be League of Ireland, Papa. I'm going to be honest with you. And if I was involved at a high level in Evergreen, I'd be saying, lads, why aren't we going for the third tier here? Man, they've thousands of kids playing for them. They could still have a League of Ireland side and a Junior Premier Kilkenny side if they wanted still, like.
Sure, they have 200 Premier as it is, don't they?
That's what I mean. Like, they have 4 senior teams, like.
Would that team compete in the third tier?
Well, they don't come last in the Premier, like. Oh, sorry.
In the third tier?
Don't know. It depends who goes into it, doesn't it? Depends who's into it. There's a few clubs going to it. To be honest with you, Papa, I haven't read much about it because it's not happened yet. I know it's been announced, but there's no start date.
There's no move on it really, is there?
Yeah. Like, the last rumour I heard, which I think could be detrimental to CK, and I'm sorry to go off topic, is Setu, college, university here, looking about in a... And I heard that is last week, is they definitely are. I know we spoke with the Kenny lads, but...
I was out there the weekend in that technological place out there. My God.
What a sports ground. I was never in it.
Leinster. My niece is running the Leinster community. Leinster running, but the soccer pitch is in the middle of the...
I was never out there.
Oh my God. Running track around it. And
impressive.
It's the box goal like you have down there in the grass pitch.
Brilliant.
It's just an unbelievable... It's ready-made for a League of Ireland team.
Would they roll in a stand into what you think? Or
there's room for it anyway.
Yeah, and there'd be no problem finance-wise there. Like.
Not a hope of it.
But then I heard on the other hand that, and I know Davey said it here the night we had him in, that CK have Buckley as well.
Well, I hope so.
Is there room for both of them?
I can't see that happen, both of them.
No.
It's one or the other.
If I was to give you a decision, who would you pick?
Complex-wise?
No, would you pick to give the licence to? To give the...
So how do you answer that right?
I think the FAI would...
CK are further down the road than SETU, are they?
I think the FAI would lean towards Setu. That's no disrespect to CK.
Well, sure, it's like turning the keys in a house that's fully furnished.
Yeah.
SETU is that.
And they have the players in the...
How long is it before Buckley Park is going to be ready?
Yeah, but they have the players pop it in the course they have there, do you know what I mean?
Sure, and they're guaranteed to come through every year. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, you could have them for 4 years, like.
Yeah. You know. So it's... Yeah.
I'm just glad it's not my decision anyway. I can tell you that for free. 35s, Papa. I want to address a rumour. A heavy rumour.
Yeah.
There's a club in 35s that are playing bangers.
Heard that.
What did you hear?
I heard they're playing 4 or 5 bangers, yeah.
Underage
for 35s, yeah.
What the fuck?
And I heard this happened 2 years ago. I don't know about last year, but this year I heard this happening again. Is it true? So there's no smoke without fire, really, is there?
I don't see the gain, though. I just don't see the gain. Like, what's the gain in playing someone that's 31?
Desperation to win.
You think? I haven't played in it. Does a 31-year-old make much of a difference to our 35's team?
If he's quality on the ball, massive difference.
Really?
70 minutes is a piece of piss if I was 31 playing 35s. Honest to God. First 10, 15 minutes you find your bearings, this kind of crack. But second half, that will kick in and show the difference if he's quality on the ball. And I presume he's not an idiot either. There are 4 or 5 lads that they have. But if it's true, it's not right. Like, it's not fair in other teams either. You know, there's lads bursting the gut there that's 43 and 4 years of age coming up against a lad 31 years of age.
Well, I just think where they are, not actually in Carlow, like, is it probably easier for them to get away with because no one actually knows lads down there.
Sure, who wouldn't know?
Well, I'm going to tell you a good one. I met
in a Hanover Harps team or a Pats team or in your walk.
Exactly.
Team. So who wouldn't have said, did know, Podge Style is not 35.
I met a lad on Tulla Street Friday.
Yeah.
A player. And this is the guy that said it to me. I'm not going to name names or anything like that. But he said it to me that he was marking a guy, a short, tanned guy, and he checked on the Connect the name of the lad he was marking. He
Wasn't
was a
him.
tall white guy.
A tall white guy.
Yeah.
Well, you
Like
can
a
click on
tall
the player,
light skinned
can't
guy.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can click on the player and see it. And he's like, that wasn't him.
Yeah.
No. Look, what do you say? If it's a lie, I'm telling you, it's a lie, I'm tall kind of thing.
Like one of the Ewoks, and you're bringing it your back instead.
yeah. Unbelievable. How was 35s going? Are you top of the table?
Yeah, I was down at the game last year. I caught the last few minutes of the Bunclody game last week.
Did you?
Yeah, I went back down. My dad was down there, so I went down to see him.
All right.
He was sitting in the car. So I caught the last 15 minutes, and it was 4-1 all, and then Hanover scored straight away. Robbo scored a great header. Seemingly when he told me he got a great header, and I didn't. The boys told me, no, he did. He got a great header, and then it went 4-1 up. But I got there, it was about 11 or 12 minutes left, and it was just comfortable. And Pam had a few substitutions and took off a few of the stronger lads there and give other lads a run. And Bunclody are not bad. And I believe they have 4 lads coming in the 1st of July who play for the club, but
oh, really?
they can't play until the 1st of July because they've played.
Because of the window?
Yeah, whatever it is. But I tell you, you wouldn't like to be getting in a cup in a few. I think that's going to happen, Podge, from the 1st of July. There's a lot of teams going to get stronger.
Is there?
Yeah.
Will you get a few?
Don't know about that. Cottle's playing.
Oh, is he?
Cottle's playing, yeah.
Because he's already registered for the club.
Yeah. So
it's only lads from outside then.
Yeah. There's the 4-1 up. Now, saying that, the second one, the one to make a 4-2 could have been stopped quicker. The shot away from the box, no one really pressed it. And in fairness, a super finish. Bomber could do nothing about it in the goal. But the third one came in, and your man put Bomber and the ball into the back of the net. How the goalkeeper or the referee didn't give it free out? I was looking at him going, what's he have to do here? And there's a chap from Adam. I didn't know him from Adam, and he stood beside me at the back of the goal on the pitch to the left, not the proper pitch that you walk played on, the other one. And he said to me, how did the referee miss that? I said, Asher, look, but Bomber's a big unit, and to put him in the back of the goal like that was
fair play to him.
Like it was a foul all day long, but sure, look, the referees can't see everything either. So
I'm looking for the fucking list of awards, man. Where did they put it, Papa?
Sure, I could tell you at the top of my head. Who are you looking for?
Fuck's sake, I just want to go through it as all. I'm an absolute cretin, aren't I? Fucking prepare, man. Anyway, what's the crack? Where the fuck is it? Podge, you're an absolute spaz.
So start with your own man. Rav.
Yeah, player of the year. What do you think?
You could have picked him, Brandon. Callum would be my 3, I'd say.
Is it on your phone?
No.
Fuck's sake, Podge.
Who
Who got Division 1 player of the year? Aaron Dorgan, Ben Dorgan?
Aaron Dorgan.
Deserved as well.
Yeah, you could have given it to him or Ben. I think Ben missed a few games towards Aaron. That could have been the difference. Ben was away with work and that. But
Ben McCarron got goalkeeper.
Ben McCarron got Golden Glove.
What's that? The most clean sheets?
Most clean sheets.
Okay.
Which is super achievement.
Yeah, it's a great achievement,
so
yeah.
it just shows you where we need to buy.
Yeah.
Or get. But he got Golden Glove.
Just go back to Ravo for a second. I do think he deserves it.
Well, let's be honest, Podge. It's a long time since I've seen the lad. He's like Dickie from York. He never stops moving up and down.
Yeah.
You know, he's fit as a flea, so enthusiastic, mad as a brush.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy,
Brilliant player. And look, when he played Oscar Trainer this year, he didn't have a bad game. I remember Bobby's father, Ben, come over to me and he goes, you want to play that little higher? You're not getting the best of him because he's sort of hidden in right full.
Put him in midfield.
Put him in midfield. Let him run. Everybody was saying this to me. And I went, we played in centre half in one of the games. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
Played right back. Then when we got Dotsy back, brilliant. He could play up top right, brilliant. He's just a great piece of stuff. And look, if you gave it to Brandon, it would have been deserved. There's still an overall player of the year to be deserved. That won't be announced on the night. That's the way that works. Sure, it nearly always comes from the league champions.
Yeah.
Which is, for me, because of the length of his playing in the Carlow League, he deserves an individual award, and that's Brandon Kelly.
Well, I can tell you, Brandon won't get it. If it's down to, I think a lot of it's down to referees, isn't it?
Not that one.
I think it is.
I don't think so. Well, it shouldn't be down to referees.
No, but
maybe you should.
I think they give a score of or man of the match or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Callum will get. Just to counter, Brandon's a fantastic player and one of the best I've ever seen.
Right, well, here's the way the system works.
Here's the counter argument.
Here's the counter argument. And people look at this and people say, comment on this the whole time.
Yeah.
They will look at that and go, oh, sure, Callum has an award already for the top goal scorer. Let's give Brandon another award. That's the way these awards...
do you think?
That's the way these awards work. And it's not, like, my opinion on this is, if Dean Kelly's the best player in the league, he's the best player in the league every single year. But, like, if New York win the league, he's the best player for New York every single week, bar none.
Yeah.
Like, you can odd time you'd have whatever, but 9 times out of 10, he's the best player in the field. So why give him why not? After he got it last year. Fuck that.
Yeah,
give him the player of the year.
Yeah.
So I think the league champions
But that's why
always
they
get
pick
the player of the year.
That's why they pick it for league champions, though. Probably to be fair, if you like.
Yeah, it probably is fair. I would
because
think
if you take that logic into the Premier League, the same player doesn't win the Premier League Player of the Year or the FA Player of the Year.
I'd love to see the stats on it, but go back over the years, and I think it normally always comes from the league champions.
Yeah, no, I think it does. But
I went through the back line, and I went. Jamie had a great season in the goal.
He did, to be fair to him.
Carlos is half a season. He won't get any award. Joe and Boogie did really well, right? But they won't get it.
Ravo got Premier, so he won't get it, right? Mm-hmm.
Callum got top goal scorer, has a small chance of getting it. Brandon has been Oscar trainer, very consistent. Before this year, could be Pat's best player every single week.
Yeah.
But this year, you have a Rav, you have a Josh Moore, who's been fantastic since he came back. You have a Callum, or you have a Lord. That's the other one that could be.
Yeah.
I think it's Brandon or Lord. Lord is there but probably longer than Brandon, being honest.
He is
in Pat's, but
he's never given us a full season.
This is his first full season, and look at the difference.
Yeah. But then the counter argument he's going to say is, look at Callum coming in first year in Carlow,
but
shoots Pats to a league.
I can't just look at. See, we'll be there next Friday night to see.
We'll be there next Friday. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it. Any other ones? Sorry, I didn't get up. This is a fucking disaster, isn't it?
My brother Pa got
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Disappointed Jan didn't get an award. I'm going to be honest. I think Jan was outstanding for us. Anything we asked him to do, Papa.
You just passed straight away, didn't you?
Huh?
You just passed straight away over Jan.
Lifetime Achievement. Jan's on the same category.
Who's Jan? Jan who?
Jan Slaz.
Jan off.
Jan Flesher. I know, Pa. Going back to Pa. Yeah, no, that's serious. But sure, look, you think of Carlow Junior Soccer, you probably think of Pa.
He's the longest serving club secretary in the league. No.
Oh, I'd well believe it,
I think that's what he is. I think Martin Rice is, but Martin is not anymore.
She's probably been over every team in Hanover, has he? And he's been over the Oscar ladies.
Sure, he's
He genuinely probably been over every team in Hanover one point or another. Not at the same time, obviously.
No, he's been involved anyway, yeah. And sure, he's always there to give a dig out as well. You know, he's a great club man.
Yeah.
It's an award that's deserved.
100%.
Kieran Brennan got it as well with him. But Pa, sure, look at he's a proper club man. He's there from day one.
Yeah.
You think of Hanover Hearts, you think of Pa. Actually, a friend of mine, Alan Ryan, we were in Spain, and he said, ask Pa about that jersey. And he said, what jersey are you talking about? Pa's the very first one we wore. And I was thinking of a different jersey with cinders across it, but Alan has this picture of his head of it, and I found out he was right. It's an era, I think Middlesbrough used to ERREA to make it a jersey.
Okay, yeah.
And as a green and flickered white jersey, Pa wears it out to the tavern some nights. And it's 1994 the jersey is. Yeah. And he wears it out some nights still with her white slip-on shoes and the black jeans. Looks sick. He likes something about Crocodile Dundee, so he is.
He didn't get a fucking award for fashion anyway, did he?
No, he's looking past Pa. No. Pa's there for his own wedding, I think. That's the truth. He's some man. But no, he's deserved and delighted from him. I can't think of the Division 2 Player of the Year. There's a couple of...
Youth Division 2 Player of the Year is a chap from Vale, Bogdan. Can't think of a second name, but Bogdan. I think he was new. I think he could be from Paulstown or around that area. I don't know where he came in from, but seemingly he's very, very good. Vale player. Aaron
got top goal scorer and
Youth
Player of the Year, which is fully deserved. Like
would the same logic not apply to...
Well, not when you have his stats. There's not as many as dominant in the youths as there was, or the other way around in the Premier as there was in the youths.
Okay.
Aaron ran away with everything. Like he's fiery. Is that a downside? Absolutely not. You want fiery in someone's belly.
You want a bit of belly, yeah.
He
100%.
is absolutely lethal in front of goal. You know, and he deserved that youths one. The Hanover Hearts Awards youth night was 2 weeks ago, and he got Giant Player of the Year with Seb, who was being brilliant.
He's on loan from Pats.
He's not on loan, but no, that's,
he is on loan.
That's signing.
It's the same as Stevie Chapman. He came to us for the year, sure.
Oh,
Stevie, she went back on loan. He is on loan, Papa. 100%.
You're having a laugh.
Good player, that Seb, though.
Very good, yeah. He's a good lad.
Really good player.
Loves the ball. Brave, goes to it.
Yeah.
Like, he's only come in the last couple of weeks with us near the end of the season, and he's been brave. But next year,
I think he came on in the semi-final, did he?
Oh, he should have, yeah.
What do you think of that match? What did you hear about that match or semi-final?
Just a couple of mistakes from our lads again.
Mr.
But I
Best.
think on the day, some people from Pat said Pat's deserved it. Hanover lad said only for the mistakes, there was nothing in the game.
Who told you that?
What, from Pat's?
No, from Hanover.
Why?
Because they're wrong.
Why?
Because they may get tested.
Tested?
It's the best we've been since we won the league.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What, 2 games?
Comfortable.
2 games?
Comfortable, Papa.
Was it comfortable?
Honest to God. I'm not lying to you. Honest to God. I watched the match back.
I know, we didn't do the boys any favours either.
I actually was expecting
Nearly
a storm.
No, 5 weeks without a game.
That's the next thing I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Felix are in a similar situation tonight.
Yeah.
Of there, but 4 weeks without a game.
What was their last game? The Pat's Cup final, Pat's B Cup final.
That was the day of the Golf Classic. What's that? 3 weeks ago?
3-4 weeks ago. Yeah.
What would you prefer?
And even though you train, it's not the same level. It's hard to keep them motivated. And I know to be motivated for the game to go, but it's not. It's just something that your body doesn't have if you're not playing competitively every single week. You can't go to the level against your walk team tonight with 25, 30 minutes to go. You'll be okay in the first hour.
No, you're spot on. You can't
25, 30 minutes to go. Their match sharpness will kick in, and your lack of match sharpness will go.
Regardless of how bad the team is you've been playing, regardless, right?
Yeah.
If you've had no games
for
X amount of weeks and you're going in against even the worst team in the world, but they'll have 4 or 5 games on them in the weeks leading up to that, they're ready. You're not. And the only substitute for that, what you can do, is go play games.
Yeah.
And this time of year, no one's going to play you.
Honest to God, we tried. Forget about it.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what you'd see. If they turn over to New York tonight, I'd be very surprised. Are they capable of doing it? Yes, they are. Because they've given the right game in the Shield final. But I just think the Leinster game, if it was their first game since the Leinster game, you'd say they'd be a bit rusty. But they had the powerful game.
Yeah.
And they're a good blow. And they know how tight Vale is in regards of Astro, what their strengths are, and they'll know what they'll bring, especially in the Shield final. I think a team like New York learns from it.
It's on now, isn't it? Will I check the score?
It's on since 6:30, isn't it? Yeah.
It's on can you come to half time there? This is a very laid back episode, isn't it?
It's just the best way to do it.
It's cool. This is jazz, isn't it?
Miles Davis over here.
Jazz Hour. Howsy Podcast presents jazz.
He's German.
0-0, 25 minutes gone.
Is it, yeah?
Newark missed the 1-on-1 for 10 seconds, is what I've been told. Newark team, Craig Carney. Keane Dolan is there.
Was he there?
Luke, Dotsy, Skinner. The only change from Leinster finals, David Isle is in the 9. And
who's missing out?
I'm trying to work that out now in my mind. The
Rayburn?
mind I have. Not Roy is playing. Lee Walker's playing. David Isle is playing. James McGrath. Yeah. And Felix, Scott Raycroft and Jack Byrne on the bench. Craig Doyle, Aidan Bradley, Jake Hockney, Bobby Dolan and Ricky Lawler. That's 3 at the back, isn't it?
Tight. Big.
They love that 3 at the back.
They will be tough from set pieces now. That's what they'll be playing for as well tonight.
I'd say Jaden's wing back. I'd say Jaden and Jake are the wing backs.
We were down at the game against Dolman. Keane Lawler's header in that game was as good as header he'd ever seen from a set piece.
Keane's not even on the bench.
Oh, Ricky Lawler, is it playing?
Ricky's playing.
Oh, Keane is not playing?
Keane's not even playing.
All right.
Keane Lawler's outstanding, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely
and
outstanding.
And he's there.
Yeah, this is I know he plays the guy and all that, and he's, but in saying that, Ricky isn't bad either, is he?
No, good lads.
I never thought we'd replace Ricky, to be honest with you. How wrong was I? I was going to say something there and I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. Going in, if you had, what decision would you make then to change that circumstance you were in relation to 5 weeks without a game? Do you think the league is finished too early? Do you think that they should be maybe finishing the league run the Premier Cup and then start the Carlow Cup, or no, not that I'm saying replace Brian.
No,
because I wouldn't do his job. But
no, we're not saying that. I would say if you asked the players, which is what it's about as well, because the management will make themselves available. The facilities are there.
Mm.
And if you said you're playing Pats in 5 weeks in the semi-final of the Carlow Cup from your last game, which is the New York game where they beat us 4-3.
Okay.
Right, sorry, the Parfield game after that would beat us in the Cup.
Yeah.
The following
Carlow
Sunday.
Cup, yeah.
Or you can play in a neutral venue during the week. Perfect. Let's do that. Let's get out of the way. Let's play the game. Because you're still sharp. You want to play the game.
Yeah, gotcha.
5 weeks without it.
The
The facilities are there, I think. Going forward, it's not a Hanover thing, it's not a Pats thing, it's just two teams.
Yeah, no, I get you.
That's one is consistently playing games.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the reason Pats beat us, but it was definitely an advantage, even though we were at home.
There's probably a lot of reason, Pop.
Yeah,
I want to be honest.
But we weren't really like as sharp as what you should be, really. You know, and then you're making mistakes. You're not like when you're not as sharp as what you should be, you're not as quick to the ball.
Mm.
You can always read it. So you could be 65 years of age and stand in the middle of the field and read a game. Can you get there? No, you can't.
I think the difference is, Pop, and having looking at that match especially, is the gaps in the lines.
Yeah.
You know, like your back four are slow to go after to clear it. Your midfield are too far away from each other when they're defending.
Mm.
The passing is always slow.
Mm.
It's not to the back foot. The balls in behind are weak. It's just our practice.
It's also a tired touch. It's a lazy touch.
Exactly.
You know.
How do you assess the season you had?
How do I assess the season? Disappointing the way. Like,
do you call it an improvement, Pop?
it is an improvement. Yeah.
Are you happy?
Well, it's an improvement, but am I happy? I could be happier because not disrespecting any teams here.
Do you feel you're back sorry to keep coming across you, but my mind is mental. Do you feel like you're back at the point where you can charge?
No, a couple of players short still.
Okay.
I think defensively we're very, very good as a unit. Going forward, we could be better as a unit because we only pick up goals from certain areas, which is Aaron Owen a set piece, baby.
Mm.
There's midfielders running on behind the strikers like Chris Gall would do, or someone from Jack O'Neill would do from Parkville, or someone from York would do. We have to learn better to do that.
Mm.
Fullbacks have to be higher, but they're only playing. Some lads are still playing Premier for the first year, which is an improvement on last year, I think. But after halfway in the season, the games we had at home, after winning the game, we beat Vale away, beat Parkville away, beat
Drew Pats
away. Then we drew a Critty at home, but we got beat by Vale at home, Kilree at home, Parkville at home. 2-0 up on Bagnstown with 2 minutes to go, drew 2-2. Last minute goal against Critty Yard, but they missed a penalty as well. But
home form hurts you, like.
Well, we keep home form hurt us, which is not like us.
Yeah, that's a square.
And, you know, and I'm looking at these fixtures going, we've got to beat them away, which is a hard one. They don't want to come to the plots, and we didn't show up in games. It's like they played better. They were really good in the New York game away.
Yeah.
Right? Really good in the Critty Yard game at home. Really good in the Pats game at home.
Yeah.
There's your top three teams.
You should have bet us.
And it's like as if they disrespected the lower teams or the weaker teams coming in.
Wow.
That's what I think.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't take away from the group though, would you? Like you wouldn't kind of disregard like what you have there you want to retain, right?
Oh, the majority of it anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of lads there that didn't get enough game time, but they're going to have to play a B team next year.
Okay.
Or seconds.
Is that conversation?
There's a few. Well, there's a conversation you have to have.
Yeah, gotcha.
I know, like there's no point, like not for my benefit, for their benefit as well. You know, you want to be playing soccer, like, and if I struggle to put you into the team, or me, Stuart and Trevor struggle to put you into the team, it's because you're missing training, or you're just not or you're not, for whatever reason it is. And there's a couple of young lads in the youth to come up, and you have to introduce fresh blood all the time. Like, you can't go in with the same bunch of players for the very same season coming up, because you're saying the same thing to the same group of players. There's no one adding anything.
Isn't Pat's an example? I'm not trying to keep going back. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. You know, I'm not.
No, I know that.
Isn't Pat's the example?
Yeah.
And I've said this. We lost your goalkeeper, your main Trey, Scott, 2 centre halves, and Luba.
Luba was a
like that's
a
5.
workhorse, yeah.
You know, that's 5. Like, and only for the new faces that come in.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but you're saying them 5 positions. I think, apart from Jamie and Craig, because you had the 2 of them were on the par, right, in the goal, the 2 centre halves you got come in. They're probably better than the 2 centre halves that went out.
Yeah.
Callum is a better centre forward than Scott Rycroft. I'm not saying he's a better player. He's certainly a better centre forward.
He's a way more experienced player.
Right, and he links up the player better. Scott as individually can burn anybody. Absolutely anybody. He's not a one-trick pony. He can go inside, outside, shoot, finish when he gets in. He runs his time and run is brilliant. The players you got in has been extraordinary. Rav has been brilliant. Josh, for me, similar to Lubo, but a better footballer.
I would say yes, but also...
But Lubo is a monster.
But also extremely hard-working.
Who?
Josh Moore.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but what was Lubo's best attribute?
Oh, he would have...
Got around the field, physical,
got
himself in blocks, keeps the ball.
I think
seeing the pass. I seen Josh in the first few games went in left full. Then you signed Carlos. And it's like as if, not alone was he good in the six, it was like Brandon, and whether it was Timmy or Chris, Toby or Chris, who played there with Brandon, right?
Yeah.
In that, or Joe Sunderland maybe took it in. They were like, we have Josh there. We're okay to bomb on here now.
Yeah.
It was security, where a six before that, Brandon was probably doing the six, and you're missing out on someone on Brandon going forward. Because Brandon is a brilliant soccer player too.
But there's still arguments and conversations where you're kind of saying, Jesus, could Josh go into left of the back three there and drop Brandon back into six? I think that's Brandon's best position, like.
We're in the six?
Yeah, dictating the game. He's
sure.
quite underrated in relation to being physical. He's so strong. He's an unbelievable passer of the ball.
Well, yeah, you could
know,
argue that.
No, but
I'll tell you what he's brilliant at. His best attribute is when the game is in front of him.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But can Josh... Brandon can do a Josh role. Josh can't do a Brandon role in a higher position.
Correct and true.
There's an accurate statement.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Slam the gavel. We're done.
Drop the mic.
I think going forward, I think it's going to be interesting summer ahead. I think that teams, I've said this, I think Gear back at the top table. I think Collection are going to improve. I think all teams are going to improve. And I think the team that's coming in from the first division is going to...
I think it'll be the strongest Premier in a long, long time.
I think over the last 3 years is after getting exceptionally strong. And I've heard people say it. Like, you look at Newark, and I'll stand by you, the best junior side I've ever seen in Carlow. I'm not going to deny that, and it kills me to say it. Bet in the Leinster final, won the Shield, won the Premier Cup, didn't win the league.
For 2 years.
2 years.
But yet to have 15 trophies nearly in 4 years, I'd say.
But your league is the one, isn't it?
With one to go, if they win tonight.
Your
league is your bread.
Your league gets into the Senior Cup.
Yeah.
Like that's the fucking carrot that we can dangle. Want to play Senior Cup?
Yeah, and I don't think Newark, how would I say this without disrespecting them? I don't think they took an eye off the ball in the league to go for a Leinster or an FEI. I think the best team won the league in regards to results, the way is beating Newark in St. Pat's, the way is beat Critty Yard in St. Pat's. The results you got in the plots after being battered and kicked for 90 minutes, basically.
Yeah.
And then you get out of jail with 2 late goals.
Yeah.
But the best team always wins the league, in my opinion, because it's not done over.
But that's accurate.
Yeah, it always will be. And Newark have been that team. And I think Newark are still the team to beat. Going into next year, even though Pats are league champions, Newark are the team to beat.
Oh, 100%. No,
that's
the lad.
But
the lad players.
Yeah, they will. Yeah,
players.
And I think Newark and Pats will be ultra strong next year.
Are you staying on?
Yeah.
You're in.
Well, yeah. See, yeah, I want to stay on. Like, I love doing it. I love coaching the lads.
Yeah,
I still think I've something to offer to the lads. We do need a few players, and I've a couple done already, with a few more to come.
It's illegal, bud.
Not legal.
It's illegal. You've been reported.
I bought him a cup of coffee. This, buy me a coffee. You know? Yeah, no. Look at it. There's a few players that look at. They want to come. They contacted me as well.
Yeah,
but they want to come. So that's what's more important. That they want to come to a team. They're not going into it. They don't want to go. Not that they don't want to go to Pats or you walk. To find the challenge. They want to find the challenge that we have to get us back up, which is good. Yeah, and there's. Yeah. I went out look at it. I tell you, Podge. The underage system in Hanover is fantastic at the moment. Like, I was down at me and you were at that game the other night.
Yeah.
That Hanover Pats game, under 15.
Yep. 14. Yeah.
The goalkeeper from Hanover Harps.
Absolutely outrageous.
He was for a small chap in the goal, the save he made with a minute to go.
The volley, yeah.
His demanding of the box, his positioning.
Yeah.
He's on the edge of the box when Pats are on the halfway line with a centre half who can shoot from the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah.
Like, he's just ultra confident in what he does. And even there's a couple of balls coming in, and I was looking at it coming. It was coming in from, say, walking down from the car park side, and the sun was in the goalkeeper's eyes. Keeper comes out. Like, you're talking about a lad 5'3" or 4", like. Yeah. Comes out and just demands the area. Like, Rowley's lad, Podge was playing big chap in the air. The two centre halves were huge. And he just comes out to man. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. The Pats goalkeeper was good, but
very good.
The difference in the game was the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. She said the penalties, didn't he?
Yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't be overcritical on juvenile games. But I will tell you this. If I was a neutral down there, which I probably am because I'm not overly involved in juvenile soccer, I'd be delighted at both groups.
Oh, you would, yeah.
Regardless of the winner or losing of it. Like, if I'm looking at Pats, all they want to do was get it down.
Yeah,
they went into the 6, went into the 10, they got out to Robert Hockney's young lad out wide. Like, they constantly look dangerous. Do you know what I mean? They constantly look, and I'm saying to myself, that's where the concentration has to be. Because, let me tell you this, with juvenile soccer, until you realise that the trophies don't actually matter that much.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it a bit more.
And it develops progression.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have, hey, I was caught in the trap where I was involved in the Pats juveniles teams where we were winning. Your nephew Eric was on them. Josh Moore was on them. I was involved with Toby, Ito, all these players, and we won everything there is to win. There's fucking 2 of them playing for Premier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's hard.
That's not success.
No.
That's not success. It's great to win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't go and lose, and it's great to have your day out, and it's great to go to the final and lift the cup. It's brilliant, and I wouldn't take it away from kids. But as soon as clubs realise that the only place you need to win in your club is at the very top. So what you have to do is concentrate on how to keep, in Hanover's thing,
run them into the first team.
Keep them young lads happy. Make them fall in love with the place and get them into the top of the club.
Yeah, agree with you 100%.
That's what. You know. And surely, I've said this before, and this isn't Hanover and St. Pat's. I'm sorry. I apologise to all the listeners. But if you can get that formula, because at the minute you're the strongest juvenile club, arguably.
But Rock's been in the cup final every week for the last 5 weeks.
Division 2, Division whatever.
Yeah,
down the line. But down the line, they've been at the top nearly of all divisions down the line. Yeah. And I've been there. I've seen it.
I think it was 2 years ago they won every league or a cup with every single team the whole way through.
Oh, yeah, brilliant.
Which is brilliant, but yeah.
You have to get the formula and get the right people and to keep them there.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
And you know what it is, and I look at it, and half the reason I don't like going juvenile against Papa, and I hate to say it, it's the sidelines.
Yeah,
I think sometimes
I tend not to get involved in the sidelines, Podge, anymore from juvenile matches because I go to the back of the goal now.
Yeah.
When the juvenile game is on, and it's not a better view from the side, but you can see everything from the side. But you have less input to the referee, or you feel less. You have to say less, which is the coaches are let them coach their teams. Not up to me to be shouting or you to be shouting.
No, I get that, but I just think that it sounds fucking like I'm a dickhead. Well, I probably am a dickhead, but I just think sometimes the guys who are coaching, managing them sides get caught up in it as well. Right? And they forget
what in regards of that, make it about them rather than the players.
Yeah. In regards of, I've done it, shouting around referees and things like that. And it's a pity that you only realise it when you're kind of not involved how much of a dickhead you are on the sideline. Like, I genuinely, if I was to take over a juvenile team in the morning, say 13s or 14s, my instruction before a match would be go play, lads.
Yeah, but have you ever...
What do you work on in training?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, shape. Go play. Go implement it. Enjoy it.
You're able to do it in training, you're able to do it in the soccer field.
100%. Go enjoy it, lads. You know, and I think that has to be the... For me, that's...
Do you think it's an advantage in the sideline if you've been a good player? Like, say without a coaching badge, lads coming in, I'm after coaching my son the whole way through. You got as far as under race, now you're playing under 15 team. And you still have a couple of coaching badges, but not qualified, say you are, right? Is an advantage. That you played the game to a lad on the sideline that hasn't played the game.
Of course it is.
But
of course it is. There's no question about it. The lad that's qualified, I never kicked the ball at any good level. And, you know, you take 11 players, and I take 11 players of the same ability. You could beat me 6-0. Doesn't matter, like.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Football's fucking universal, man. This whole thing of coaching courses and badges and getting on, it's garbage. It's fucking bullshit. It's a money racket. Football's fucking universal, right? Stevie Wonder could pick up YouTube and type in football coach, and he could go up on a session and work with players.
Be in the wrong area, though, wouldn't he?
The only fucking thing I will say is what different from me as a coach and other coaches around is personality.
Yeah.
Is your personality.
Mm.
And the fact that I've been doing it for so long, do you know what I mean? I've developed a personality. This is my coaching personality. It's not me as a person, but it's how I coach. So do you know?
Your persona.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what you do. But if you get, the problem is you get some coaches who type in these things online and write everything down to a T, and they go coach and they spend an hour and 45 minutes on a push pass, right? And then they go on Saturday and they're bet 10-0. We've done 3 push passes. Well done. Like, no, I'm not on board with that.
Well, I tell
do you know what I mean? Because you've overcoached them.
Yeah.
Like,
I was at a game this year, a Podge juvenile game, and he was under 10 or 11. And I thought it was desperate what happened.
What happened?
I want, because people will comment on it, but I just seen it. And I always wanted to say it, and this was a team playing, and we're getting hockey 10-0. And the team who was winning 10-0, or 9-0, never took off a player. Never had any consideration for the kids. Because the kids who's winning 10-0 is not learning, and the kids who's losing 10-0 is suffering. And it's not the player's fault that's winning 10-0. They want to score goals. You're 10 years of age. What's your dream of? Kicking the ball against the wall. I'm going to watch a match of the day. Bury this in the top corner like Mo Salah. I'm left footed.
Yeah.
Shame on the coach.
Yeah. Well, I've heard
shame on the coach.
I've heard stories, some lads that are with is it 8s or 9s, whatever. What are they like? Go games or what are they called?
Non-competitive sort of.
Non-competitive.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. And you're supposed to give everyone a certain amount of time.
Well, yeah.
I had the coach telling me last year that he's with groups of 8s or 9s and they're playing a team, and your man never made one change.
Yeah,
I think he made maybe two, 3. Like when I say one change, I mean like one like seismic change where everyone got a run at a different time and people rotate different positions.
Yeah, yeah.
And his mantra as a coach is, well, you're left back today, you're right back tomorrow, whatever. Just go play. And this lad was like proper celebrating their goals, and he said it was nuts. He said it was actually going to choke him today. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like under 8s or 9s,
but
whatever it is.
It's so sensitive as well, Podge, now, because parents are involved more on the sideline than years and years ago. Like, he played juvenile soccer. There was lads that were weaker than me playing soccer, but we're often told, like, we've 13 or 14 lads on each side. You stand there, we've no jumpers, too cold to take a jumper off. You'll be a goalpost, and you'll be a goalpost. You get run down in a minute. You're like, what? Yeah, so we have 11 aside. You're a jumper, and you're a jumper, right? And then I'm going to take him off, and you'll be a jumper in a minute. And you couldn't say that this day and age.
No. No. But that's a life lesson as well, though, Papa.
Yeah,
right?
it's brilliant. I laugh at it now. Laugh me heart off.
I would be anti-bullying, do you know what I mean? But like I think that builds serious character as well, though. Do you know, imagine going down to the AstroTurf there now, what, 10 years of age, but tall, stand there as a goalpost.
Well, like, I often I'll tell you another one. We went to play a match, a youth game years ago with a club, and we had 10 players. We had 11 players, there. We started with 10. And the lad who was 11, he said, no, there's a lad on the way. You'll be here in a few minutes. Now, you do that this day and age. You'll be up the steps across the road, so you will.
Well, like, when I talk about building character and talk about kids, like, youth is a different story.
Well, that wasn't youth.
If you're 17 or 18,
13 or 14 years of age.
If you're 17 or 18, right, and you're fucking number 12 when there's 11 players, right? When there's 11 players, you're getting number 12. Think about that, right? You're 17 or 18 years of age. Hey, go buy a yo-yo, man. Because you shouldn't be playing football.
Yeah, no. I was like, Jesus Christ. Even at that age.
How did you feel when it happened to you anyway?
It didn't happen to me, boy, John.
We went on a fucking pure tangent there, didn't we?
That's for looking.
Carlow Cup final Saturday. The winners of Milwaukee Phoenix, as we said, versus St. Pat's. Venue was announced in collection. 5:30.
5 or 5:30, I think, yeah.
Big crowd.
Myself and Paddy be at a wedding, so we'll be thinking he is.
Oh, you won't be there?
Won't be there, unfortunately, no.
What's the wedding? Tell me everything about it.
You won't be there. Just keep sending me WhatsApps there, won't you, bud?
Jesus Christ almighty. That's quite harsh.
It's none you.
None your business.
None your business.
I think it'll be a big... Forget about the match.
Well, it's going to be a great game.
Carlow do it properly, aren't they?
It's either going to be the top 2 teams in the league or a local derby in the biggest cup final in Carlow. Which is...
In collection.
Which is a great venue for it, because up there last year, the weather wasn't great. I was up at it last year in York, and Pats with the BG 2-1.
Yeah.
And he came out of blocks.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great run by Ray Byrne. I think Ray Byrne scored equaliser, was it? Or
Jamie Murphy.
Jamie Murphy, was it? Yeah.
Great little finish. And then Dylan Kiley putting the best cross you ever seen in my whole life.
Brilliant cross,
Tap in.
Yeah.
The back
Rayburn got
post.
the winner, sorry.
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, you have a game on your hands, no matter what.
Oh,
on Saturday.
but sure, I think...
But you know that as well.
But I don't think there's favourites. Whoever wins tonight, be it Newark or Phoenix, I think Pats versus Phoenix, or Pats versus Newark.
You're telling me now, you
I
stand there now without
favourites.
smiling. You stand there now
Sitting
without
on
smiling,
first of all,
right?
but yeah.
That if Pats are playing Newark, that you're not favourites. After winning the Premier League and they come out of the first division. Take off your Pats
Newark
hat
in
here
the
now for
Premier
a
Division,
second.
bud.
No, if
You're whole Phoenix.
If Phoenix turn over and you walk tonight.
It's not a favourite in derbies, bud.
What's wrong with you?
There's no favourites in derby games.
Someone call Dr. Morner, will you? This man is in trouble over here.
It's funny because this is his old surgery, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, you're yeah. By that logic, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There's no. I can't keep a straight face and lie to you. Right.
Mm.
Your logic is 100% correct. But you wouldn't be delighted if you land him right. Like.
No, look, it's going to have a hard game no matter what.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah. You're going to have a hard game, and it's going to be a great game. I'm raging and missing it, but
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now, regardless.
Is there anybody? Do you think anybody missed out on an individual award?
Jan,
As a youth, as a young
he was too young to get the young. Luke Graham got young player, right?
Luke Graham, yeah,
As far as I know, he was too young to get that. That's between
18 and 22 or something. Is it
19
23?
and 23.
Right, okay.
Jan is 17.
Lucas had a fantastic season.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but the category the category he's in, unfortunately, he didn't play any youth games, and even if he did play with that Pats team, he still wouldn't have got it over Aaron.
Who?
Jan.
Yeah.
Because of the
Oh
way
no,
they
he
had
wouldn't
over
have.
team, right?
Oh
But
no, he wouldn't have.
what he's done at that age in the Premier team has been absolutely fantastic. I've seen him play, and he's a workhorse. He's brilliant.
Tell me someone of his age has won a Premier and had the impact he had.
Ashley's, yeah.
Graham Glennie, maybe he was Graham that age.
Then he was young, yeah.
He wasn't as young as that. There was a comedian outside. Is there all the boys doing as that?
Like Benny Hill out there.
Yeah, Peter Kay's arrived, has he? What's going outside, lads?
They're having a party out there.
Fuck me. Tune in, will you? We only got at least 3 listeners this week. Yeah, no.
If
Just sorry to cut across you, but just highly commended for what he's done. I think what he's achieved to be that age and play at that level. And let me tell you, a couple of games he got queer hard. Not that there's any bearing on him getting an award, but there's a few games he's been proper targeted. Like I'm talking about punched in the head, ankles kicked.
It's all part of the game.
No, it is. But I'm just saying, he never sent off, never reacted.
Good, he learned from
And
it.
I think, wow, this man.
Well, it's unusual for an 18-year-old, 7-year-old to be doing that and not
100%.
react.
100%.
So it's a credit to him. But look, awards will come down the line for him, I have no doubt. There'll be a Player of the Year, a Pats Player of the Year, a Premier Player of the Year, an overall Player of the Year maybe.
Yeah, I think fear will keep him successful.
Yeah, he's a good lad. I like him.
He's a great player. There's a few like Jocelyn Land's a great season, lads.
Mm-hmm. But if
Dean Kelly.
Sure, I was about to say it. If Dean Kelly gets the overall Player of the Year, who in the right mind in Carlow could argue it? No one. He scored 7 free kicks, I'd say, this year.
If Dotsie got it.
It's brilliant, yeah.
And Skinner got it.
Yeah. Skinner, Craig Carney, man of the match last week in the Premier Cup final. Even though I think Newark were in control of the game, but they had to make 4 saves and he made
1-0 never won a match, did it?
Well, so I was told, yeah. Let's put it into perspex there.
No, I think the overall Player of the Year, like, is there a system that you could maybe have clubs vote for it? Say, go to say Bagnallstown and give them a category of 6 players, and then you all have a vote, and whoever wins that majority goes forward then for Player of the Year. I seen Wexford announced their awards there the other day, and they have say Premier Player of the Year, Division 1 Player of the Year. It's categories, so 3, which I think is a great idea because it'll get lads to the awards.
Yeah. It's a great shout, yeah. I don't know what the process is in regards of do the referees do a mark, and I'd like to find out the truth in this or what the system is. But
no, I think the referees definitely have a say.
Yeah, and say the coaches on opposite sides see these players mostly. The people, if it's down to the top people in the Carlow League, say, do they pick the Player of the Year? Do they see as many games as the coaches and referees? They see the big games, but not most, not. You know, so it's
the referee. It's sorry to cut across. Is the referees?
It's an argument you could have.
The referee's not a bad vantage point, though, right?
That's a great point. Yeah.
Like the referee should have a say in it,
because part of the Player of the Year would be your discipline towards the referee as well, and the way you approach, like a captain. But there's all lads in the field who mightn't be a captain, but never like.
The only thing that
shut up or whinge
Yeah.
or constant referees, and that's probably a black mark
that's
against
the only thing that would hinder players.
Yeah,
Players
that's a black mark
that are fucking leery
you. Yeah.
every week and don't go on with referees are
Yeah.
never going to win Player of the Year.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why you think a shortlist for. But look, I wouldn't change the way they're doing it. I like the fact that no one knows what a Player of the Year is until you get there.
Well, it's the best. It's the best.
You know, it's like it's going to be a shock. You're going to it anyway, yeah?
I'm going to it, yeah.
Next one. When is it? Next Friday?
Next Friday.
Will we go on our podcast gear?
What do you want? Casual, man.
I'll buy you shirts. I'll buy you
Podcast shirts.
Hosey podcast blazers.
Bullseye shirts. That's what you'll buy us.
One. Wear this. Square this. Brand new shell suits.
Dimpness.
Reggae inspired runners. Footgolf. Talk to me.
Oh, God. Yeah, Kilkenny was great crack. Length of the course was fine.
Are you happy with playing Kilkenny?
I played okay, yeah.
7 under.
7 under, yeah. First time ever playing it, yeah.
You're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fucking rage, and so I was.
Yeah. Yeah, you were brutal, man, in fairness, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it, being honest. The first time I ever played in Kilkenny. And I didn't know what to expect when we went to Highfield. Is there Highfield?
Highfield up in
Edenderry. And
I don't know if it's
in
in Edenderry or
Clare or wherever it is, but
it's in the middle of the country.
the length of the course towards and the conditions weren't great either, but my God, it's fair play to the lads going to play that round, 2 rounds the next day and around Sunday. Like, you can feel your quad coming to the last few holes.
My quad is still sore.
Yeah, but you haven't kicked the ball since 1984, like.
I was born 1985, so I don't know
Oh,
how
you
that works
would.
out.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
Still. Since I thought you were 80. 1980.
I noticed too, so we really are scraping the ball. Jokes.
No, it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Like, Footgolf is opened my eyes in regards of see these lads.
Yeah.
Like, you put it this way, if you go out to play the first time for a bit of cracking Kenny group of lads, you'd say, so rock up, do a few solos, and away you go. These lads came on Friday. It was Wales, England, Scotland, Turkey,
Spain,
UAE. Oh my God, he came from everywhere. It was 42 parents of tours.
Your man, the one that is a pro.
His own YouTube channel or something. Yeah, cameraman following him around.
Yeah, we were way over depth, like.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We competed though.
We did for the first few holes, and you could see you getting run out of steam and all that. But
I think we finished last.
Did we?
I think we did.
No, don't say that on later, Podge.
You have to be honest, man.
Yeah.
But if in saying that, like 2 holes ruined us, right?
Two of the shorter ones, yeah. The raised greens.
Fucking ruined us.
Yeah.
We parred nearly every hole.
We got 2 tee shots away and 2 kicks away on the 2 holes that we had a double and a quadruple or something like we had.
We were 2 under or 1 under 5 or 6, were we?
Yeah.
We're going really well.
We're flying.
But it's it's I couldn't believe looking at it, even playing with Stan and Wayne, and thanks for having us again, lads.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Pleasure. We'll definitely be back for the pairs, no doubt about it. We'll have to get a new partner.
Me or you?
yeah, both. But what I couldn't believe is, like, here's the difference, right? You put a ball on an AstroTurf for a pitch, a flat surface, even the plots, right? You can play that from the 18-yard box and you'd be comfortable kicking it in the other 18-yard box, right?
Well,
it's a flat surface. It's only
there,
going to roll one way.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit like a crocodile's back, but the surface is still really flat. It doesn't really fall too much to the left, fall too much to the right or whatever. So if you put it on the penalty spot and clipped it, you'd clear the halfway line and it'd stay pretty central, right?
Yeah.
You stand on a tee box in Footgolf. First of all, the tee box might be level.
No.
Second of all, you're asking where's the line, and the lads are saying to you, you may go 30 yards left here. Like, what are you talking about, your spa?
Yeah.
You hit a ball in a par 3, right? You land on the fairway because it's at an incline from left to right of about 90 degrees. Oh, bounds, bud.
Mm. And
then your man steps up, the pro, and he hits it 40 yards left and rolls within 10 yards of the pin.
Yeah.
Do you know, I couldn't believe the spots that were leaving the balls in.
Yeah, it's mad because I said it to Stan a few times and I said it to Wayne and yourself going around. It's gas how different it is because the distance we were kicking the ball was shorter than a corner kick you take in a match. And I took it all the corners for Hanover when we played, and it was like I could put it on someone's head from 45 yards.
Mm.
And you're asking me to kick it through a 15 or 20 or 25 yard gap between 2 trees. Struggle to get through it.
Yeah.
And that might sound stupid, but it's not. Go try play it in this high view place. Now, Kilkenny was shorter, but still, you have to get it through certain gaps at certain times and miss in certain areas.
Yeah.
I understand the grass can get a bit longer and all that. The condition wasn't
You have to score big on it. You have to be hitting on fairways and staying on fairways. Sorry, hitting fairways and staying on fairways to score big. Do you know what I mean? And you have to know the course. And
they were doing that. You could see we were trying to burst the ball in a few holes. I'll get down as far as I can and swiping at it.
Yeah.
Like when do you swipe at a pass on the pitch?
Never.
You don't. But you're like, it's a big open field. I kick it as hard as I can down here. You miskicked it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
I did the same. You did the same. I was like, my God.
Yeah.
But it's to see people how serious they take it.
Oh man,
it was an eye opener.
Oh man,
like I did a couple of stretches, lean against the wall, whatever, and stretching your calves, this kind of crack. But these were
I
doing
had a fucking smash burger. The onion rings and chips. Was my warm up.
Jimmy Grimble over there, mobile phone. Huh? Yeah.
What lads were doing?
We were standing at the back of the 6 tee box, ready for your man said, I'm going to get the hooter now. But he was going to get a shotgun.
Shotgun, yeah.
And there's a shotgun going off. Where you go? This Brazilian lad, running up and down the fairway.
Yeah.
Like running 35 and sprinting 35 and 4 meters to warm up.
Dynamic warm up.
Going, what's wrong with this lad?
Yeah.
You know,
but you need to, because I genuinely, hand on heart, and you can skip me if you want and laugh at me. I'm sure you can. I'm a big set guy or whatever, right? But my quad is still very sore. I swear to God, it's actually very sore. And I'm too proud to put any cream on it. Because I'm only 40 years of age and I shouldn't be leaning towards that shite yet. No. But I'll tell you one thing, it was sore in the morning going to see Kevin Kelly. to get a tonic and a cream.
Yeah.
But look, it's fantastic.
I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
Brilliant. I wouldn't be able, even at my fittest, I don't think I'd have the interest to do the 4 rounds. I'm going to be honest with you.
No.
Because that'd be a mental strain now for me, especially if I was playing shy. Do you know, I'd be bringing out a hacksaw, cutting down trees and everything. I'd be tick out.
Yeah.
Like, remember the shot that you hit over the ditch?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And if you hit it over the smallest part of the ditch, you're too far left.
Yeah.
So to hit over the ditch, you have to go
chip over a stream or something.
Yeah.
You know?
You have to go over the highest part of the ditch. Like, I'm thinking, this is nuts. So, do you know what I mean? And fair play to them, because, let me tell you, any preconception I had where I thought these lads aren't athletes, these lads are athletes.
They're well prepared, aren't they?
And you're looking at the world's number 1, 2 and 3, whoever was there, and you're looking at them thinking to yourself, unbelievable.
So I seen your man, the number 2, the English guy, the Welsh guy, whoever he was.
English, yeah.
He's walking with his 10 to 2 feet. And I'm going, look, this lad played in the goal for Watford or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going, this lad doesn't even look like a footballer. Why jazz could he strike a ball?
Stan was good as well, to be fair to him. Stan is very good, and Wayne, the playing was very good.
Wayne he's probably a better striker of the ball than the 3 for us that was there.
He's a big hit.
Hits a big ball.
Yeah.
Standing around the green is very good though.
Brilliant. Yeah. Tidy. We were talking to the lad before it. I asked him a question, how would you warm up? He said, I'd do a round of 18 before I play the 18.
That's right, yeah.
I said, would you? He said, yeah, and I'd hit 2 balls on every hole. What's up with him?
It doesn't sound much, but go do it.
It's quite hard.
Go play 18 with 2 balls, and then go and play the actual match with.
There's not unconfirmed yet, but talking to Stan, there is rumblings of it opening the par 3, and if that does happen, I think we're definitely going to have a Hosey podcast, Footgolf Classic, where we're inviting clubs.
Yeah,
see who the best.
They picked their 2 players.
Yeah,
and do what we done, Scotch foursomes, which is 2 tee shots, take the best ball after that.
100%.
And I tell you what, it would be a brilliant day out.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
I don't know if I play in it, but.
What?
I don't know if I play in it.
No, we'd have to run it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we'll run a tap.
Tap, yeah. No, it'd be brilliant. But it's I tell you what, the other side of a Podge I found out that was like when I was playing in Kilkenny and the one up the country is that what a team bonding session that is.
Oh yeah.
What a team, like to go down there a bit of crack and put a £5 man, like whatever it costs, stick £5 man for prizes, and first gets 50 quid or something and second gets, I don't know, 20 quid or 30 quid, whatever it is. And just a bit of crack, but the crack you'd have a 4, and you can do it in 4s or 5s or 6s.
Yeah, you can do it in 5s.
I think 6s you can do it. It's Carlow in Kilkenny with 6 now.
6, is there?
Yeah, so you can do it in 6s.
Okay.
And the beauty of the one in Kilkenny is that you have the foot golf to the left hand side and the 12 holes for the actual golf side is on the right hand side, so they don't clash.
Yeah.
So the one in Quinna would have to be a specific day only for foot golf.
I think it's Fridays and Thursdays and Fridays.
Something like that, yeah, because it's obviously the green would be, or the hole would be the left hand side of the green. And by the way, lads, no Astro boots or anything like that allowed. It's Astro runners or runners, and that's it. Like, so
no football boots.
It's a different run up when you're wet on grass.
Yeah.
But
But that's the other thing I was going to say.
Striking the ball, like.
See, when you're playing live, right? Say you're a 6, right?
Yeah.
I would have played forever on the bench. But anyway, see, when you're passing the ball, think about it now, right? When you're live playing the game and you're passing the ball, it's poetry.
Yeah.
Right? It's strokes. You're like Picasso with a brush, right?
Yeah.
Just stroking the ball wherever you want. When you're putting the ball on the tee box in foot golf, you're going back 20 yards, right?
Yeah.
You never do that when you're playing a game.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
You're planting your foot nearly 2 yards behind the ball, which you would never do in a game. And you're trying to have a hip like Action Man, where it goes back 90 degrees before it comes forward 90 degrees, which you'd never do in a game.
And every ball you kick is dead ball.
Yeah, dead ball.
Every single ball
and
is a dead ball.
that's the last point.
Yeah.
Every ball's a dead ball.
Every ball is a dead ball, where you're taking a touch and running onto it and just let the ball
like
go.
you talk about Dotsy and Skinner and Harry Lloyd's great and Andy Kane can do it, and all these players in Carlow, Keane Doyle, they can clip ball 30 or 40 yards, but it's a rolling ball.
Yeah.
The ball's on the move. Like, you do it dead.
It's different.
Different.
And even we used the Jumbolani ball, Stan gave me a lend of to use it, and it was like, you could see the difference in that on towards an ordinary football, a training ball as you use on a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like the one you had, like, and I had in Kilkenny as well, it was just a training ball. And when that hits the fairway, just 25 or 30 yards extra in it, because it just bounces and bounces and bounces.
Yeah.
When we have wouldn't be, like, but the best players hit every single fairway. I think 900 was the last score I heard on the doubles there that day. It was the best score in.
Oh, I think 1600 one or something.
We were 700, I think. Something like that.
You were, yeah.
For 2 holes.
We were. I checked the scoreboard. We did come last, yeah.
That's true.
But it was 2 holes round us.
Yeah.
But that was upside down there, so we actually finished
It's
up.
time for Two Peas in a Podcast.
We'll fix it
Podge
come here, Podge versus Poppa.
Sponsored by
What do
Kelly
you think the final score was?
Repairs.
Don't know. I lost anyway, did I?
Lost by 3 points.
Did I?
Poppa 51, Podge 54.
Right.
We did say at the start of this that there's a forfeit, right?
Yeah, talk to me, man.
How are we doing this?
Don't know. I lost, so I'm not going to pick me on forfeit, am I?
So I would suggest the next episode you have to do it in the same patch jersey or something like that.
Okay. Full kit out?
Yeah, full kit. Football boots and everything.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard that?
And I don't know. Paddy, do we put that to the people? Will we ask what the forfeit is? Yeah, thumbs up. So what we'll do, we'll get a little social media post.
Yeah, shave me head now, that, lads.
We'll get a little social media post up and we'll give them a couple of forfeit suggestions or give us your forfeit
suggestions. Well, see what they're coming with. It's like, you have to agree to it as well.
Then we'll make a decision. No, you don't. It's not going to do with you.
I do.
It's not going to do with you. Does a criminal get to say, no, I want to do 2 years?
I'm not a criminal.
They'll tell you what 18 months will do.
No.
I know you're not a criminal, no, but you lost. You got bet like a badass.
Like a red-headed stepchild.
Cut that out.
No, don't.
Fucking terrible.
No.
Tuss will be ringing you. We'll do the fixtures.
Yeah.
We'll get into the fixtures. How long have we gone? Feels like about 20 minutes. Okay, Fix and Noak there to see the Poppa. Give us an update on that score there, will you, Fix and Noak?
Check it here now for you, buddy.
Well, I'm doing that. We Division 1, 35s, Bagnallstown, Cretty, Bunclody, Collection, Hanover, Noak. You're still undefeated?
0-0, 67, 61 minutes gone.
You're still undefeated?
Yeah, still undefeated, yeah. Really good. Playing your walk this Friday.
Cretty Yard, you bet Cretty Yard.
Bet Cretty Yard 1-0 the first
Noak
game.
won last weekend.
Bagnallstown undefeated as well.
Yeah, Bagnallstown very good. Bagnallstown will be up thereabouts, won't they?
They'll, like I said, they'll probably have the first round of fixtures over before the July window comes, which is a break in July sometime for 2 weeks, maybe, or 3 weeks.
And that's where lads will come back then as well.
I think we've played Cretty Yard, Bunclody, New Walk this Friday, Collection. So after that is Bagnallstown, and that's it. It's five Bagnallstown. It's their last round of the first round.
That's it.
Last game of the first round. I think there's only 6 teams in it. So
Gotcha.
didn't Bridge pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 6 teams, so 10 games.
Gotcha. Division 2, Carnew were on top. Carnew Fix, that'll be a good game. Slaney versus Dolman. Dolman bet Pats last weekend. Pats were 2-0 up. Got bet 3-2 up in Dolman. And Pats versus Highview. And them games are all Friday evening. I love the Friday evening games. Deadly, aren't they? Then Division 3, Ballymurphy versus Burn Celtic and Parkville versus Village. Fix or Noak versus St. Pat's. That's Saturday. That's in Collection. 5 o'clock kickoff. Phil Neenan, Pat O'Connor, Nathan Bannon and John DeWaters are the officials. I think Phil's reffing it.
Phil's reffing it, yeah.
Brilliant. It's a nice one to get, isn't it? Is his first one? First Carlow Cup final?
He's got referee of the year.
Oh, brilliant. Congratulations,
so
Phil.
It's a huge compliment to him and a huge pat on the back from the well done. He's done really well. He's come into the Premier, done Premier games. I don't know whether he's done them last year. He could have done them last year.
He did do them last year, yeah.
Yeah, but he's obviously got bigger games this year and he's excelled. But sure, like, no one is going to get every decision right. I don't get every decision right as a coach. So how's the referee supposed to get every decision right in the field?
Yeah, but what
every referee has been the same.
The thing is, Papa, when they go against you on the sideline, you think it's the worst referee in the
Of
world.
course you do. It's everybody's fault by your
And
own,
there's no doubt.
You feel you're being robbed, you're being bullied, they're victimising you.
It's like a
that.
couple of weeks ago when you said to me, "Oh, Phil had something to say to you about the penalty he gave away against Pats." Whatever he was, you said to me, right?
Yeah.
That was, in my opinion, looking at it, that wasn't a penalty. It was harsh. Two of them were at it. And for 5 minutes I thought, well, Phil was the worst referee in the world, right? But you get over it, don't you?
Of course you do.
Because then you think, well, look, it's just a decision, like, just get on with it. But yeah, that's the next Saturday, 7th of June. We won't talk about that, lads. That was a very fucking short and sweet episode. Keep an eye out on the socials. For the 4-5 for Poppa for Podge versus Poppa. That was a good segment, though, right?
Yeah,
that was a good segment. I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah, really absolutely. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's great to get insight into everything that we've done there. You know, so look.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to next week. There's a lot of Cricket Yard are they picking up a trophy? One of the only years Cricket Yard are not picking up a trophy, I'd say. Patch are picking up a trophy, New York are picking up minimum a couple.
Yeah.
Hanover have
Youths.
The Youths League and Cup, 35s League and Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Simon O'Shea's got Player of the Year 35s.
Oh, brilliant.
Well deserved as well. Him, Kite, Cottle have been fantastic in the 35s. There's just there's the players you need, the difference in winning and losing a big game.
Yeah.
You know, Simon can be unplayable on his day. He's so nippy and gets in. Great finisher.
Kite
is unplayable at that level when he's on it. You know? Yeah. You know, and Kite, you tell himself, probably the only thing is that he takes an extra touch because he can go around you 6 times, like, and make you dizzy 6 times.
Yeah.
You know, he's brilliant. He's unplayable on his day. And he sees the pass, and sometimes he tries the extraordinary pass where you try to just do a simple one, but when you can pick the pass, who's going to tell me I can't make that pass or he can't make that pass? Because
look, you know what it is, though? I wouldn't take it over players.
No.
Have that was je ne sais quoi. Let them go, let them play. But that's it.
Magnus only picking up a double as well, I think, or the League and Cup as well in the first division.
Donning won the league. English won that league.
Oh, they did too. That's right. Yeah.
Magnus won the.
Yeah, there was a bit of controversy about that, wasn't there?
Bagnallstown won the first division league, and you bet them in the Carlow Cup.
No, we didn't.
35s.
We didn't play Bagnallstown at all. Last
year.
The
bet Pats. The bet Pats in the final. Sorry, no, it was in Pats. They gave Pats a nice trimming.
They beat Pats the week before that in the.
They bet Pats in the final last year. In the Carlow, in the 35s. What did you beat Pats in the Premier, the 35s First Division Cup?
We bet him in the.
Pats got 2 cup finals last year. Anyway, sorry,
we won.
Again, I'm not trying to say it. You know,
we beat Pats in the divisional cup final.
Exactly, and Bagnallstown beat them in the Carlow, the version of 35s of the Carlow Cup.
Yeah, we played the week before that and beat them.
Yeah,
and then they were missing a few players, but Bagnallstown were deserved winners on the day.
Bagnallstown about 4 or 5, was it? But so they've 2 cups, the Carlow Cup and I have the second division cup. That's what Bagnallstown pick up.
And beating a playoff for the league.
Yeah,
and the year before that they won 3 cups.
Yeah. Good side, like.
So 5 trophies, it was 6 in 2 years.
Yeah, and they're running the first division.
And they're undefeated in the Premier this year. So, yeah.
Brilliant. You know how Poppa feels about that. Flashback to last year. I don't know how we're in the first division. You're down to win it. Fucking schmuck. Anyway, I want to say thanks to listeners. Thanks very much for the support. Bit of a different one this week. We went on tangents there, but look, sure, why not? Riley's a spice of life, isn't it? And all that crack. To Ampifi, thanks to Paddy and James, all the Ampifi crew. Thanks very much for providing this fantastic facility. And as always, it's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
Carlow Soccer's podcast is your podcast. Good luck and God bless.
Over and out.
That's full time on this week's episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Ampifi. Got a story to tell? A voice that needs to be heard? Get in touch with us here in Ampifi, Carlow Town's professional home for podcasters of all kinds. We can be found on Instagram at Ampifi Podcast Studio. Ampifi, power up your podcast.